Hey boys, Moni here. This is one of those chapters that you read in 3 minutes because of how action focused it is. But before we go any further, let's appreciate this week's cover page. Nay, let's worship this cover page and hail it as a true artistic piece that transcends mediums. Oh my god, Elsie is so curvy. I love her so much. I'm in more than one way moved by this art. Like, oh my god. I'm sorry to thirst so early in the video, but what can I say? So okay, enough thirsting for now. As I said, this chapter is extremely action focused to the point that the first 7 pages of this chapter do not have any dialogue at all. The art this week was superb, but not in the usual sense when the art is so detailed that your jaw just drops to the floor. No. It's filled with these dynamic lines and details that make the art feel like it's moving. Like, seriously, this is no joke. Look at these 2 panels. Incredible work by Hiro Mashima. Well done, my boy, well done. Now, let's talk about the actual fight now, because it was the main focus of this chapter, minus setting up the crew on the path towards the core of Lindard, which I'm iffy about, but we'll talk about it when we get there. So Elsie immediately equips herself to attack Ziggy, and I have one small observation here. Didn't Elsie's ether gear Star Drain work by absorbing a planet's ether and gaining abilities related to that planet's ether type or something? Like, I'm pretty sure that's how the ether gear works. Now, how is she able to use a star drain of a planet that she's not currently on, unless what we see here is not star drain but some sort of ether technology? Because after the time skip, it's getting harder to distinguish between the two. It's really confusing for no reason at all. If it is her ether gear, then I need to know how is that possible. I might be overlooking some details here, so tell me in the comments down below if you've got any clue on how this is possible. Anyways, Elsie is on the offensive and she manages to dodge what seems like a targeted gravity field that caused an explosion. So that was cool of Elsie to see that attack coming. Then she manifests this sword out of thin air. I'm not sure if it is made of ether or not, but it most likely is, and she strikes Ziggy with it. And then here, my dear viewer, this holy panel is presented to us. Unworthy worshippers of the art, we are not worthy of such a shot. We are not worthy of this holy sight. Forgive me, holy, for I have sinned. Like, seriously, I've sinned a lot, I've simped a lot, I've thirsted a lot for someone who is not holy. Like, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry. Ziggy manages to block the sword with his forearm like it's nothing. Like, how cool is Ziggy? Seriously, I'm not going to be sussy like last week, but oh my god, do I feel the same way. The clash between these two caused an atmospheric boom. Then seriously, I'm sorry Elsie, I love you and all, but seriously, what the fuck did you think your kick is going to do when your ether sword did nothing against the guy? Like, seriously, think for a second, baby girl. What did you think would happen? Like, seriously. But again, I saw this panel because of it, so you're forgiven, I guess. You're forgiven. I forgive you. Ziggy then uses the same technique Shiki used on Feather to make her heavier. After that, he immediately switched styles and used a technique similar to Shura, which is so cool to see. He snapped all the pillars in the area and homed them towards Elsie's ass. And oh my god, this is where I curse my fate for not being born as a stone pillar. Like, god damn it, how I wish I was one of them. Like, seriously, I wish I was one of them. The move itself was cool, and just being able to see both Shura and Chiki's styles being used by Big Papa himself, Ziggy, is cool in of itself. Like, seriously. Obviously, Elsie manages to dodge all of them erect pillars. I'm pretty sure there's a sexual innuendo in here, but she manages to take one head on and emerges unscathed like it was nothing. Elsie then lets out an explosive sprint. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be an instant sprint, slashing Ziggy by the end of it. I'm not going to lie, this panel looks sick as hell. It's so cool, I'm not even going to thirst on that godly spread Elsie is doing. That's when you know something is cool. Finally, the first speech bubble of the chapter appears and Ziggy spouts the most generic line I've ever heard in my life. But it's Ziggy, so he's cool no matter what he says. He can call me a massive piece of shit, which I am, and I'll still find it cool. Finally, all the Elsie haters can shut the fuck up now. Here it is, people. Elsie is officially said by Big Papa himself to be on par with Aknoala and Didden. So stop all the hate and downplaying y'all been doing the last couple of chapters. She's also the youngest, so I would say she's even more impressive than those two. After that, we get an indirect confirmation that Shiki is as well equal to Elsie now. She said a few months back he was almost equal to her, which means by now he should be equal to her, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he's equal to her now. And this also means that Shiki did train with Elsie from time to time, and I also believe that this is still not prime Elsie. I'm not a power scaler, God forbid. I would rather be known as a horny dog, which I am, than a power scaler. That Elsie is can still grow even stronger than she is right now. I'm pretty sure she can, but it's all for nothing. You know why? Because Ziggy has a massive car. Elsie asks Ziggy the same question Aknoala asked 2 chapters ago. Why the change? Shiki meant the world to you before your resurrection. What happened? And he vaguely gives a different answer from the one he gave Aknoala, and I say vague because it's technically the same thing except they aren't. It could be just me looking too much into it, so pay me no mind please. I'm just too paranoid by this. Anyways, Ziggy says he did all of that because he lost his memories, and as a result of him losing his memories, he made the foolish act of raising a threat to the universe, which still confuses the hell out of me because after that he immediately switches up and says he would never save a human girl. Like, you won't save a human child, but you want to save the universe by killing Shiki? How does that work? Like, make that make sense, my boy. How does it work? Like, convince me. I'm so confused. What exactly does he mean by Shiki is a threat to the cosmoses? He will destroy the universe. He's been saying this for a while now. I got it, okay? Like, I get it. I love you and all, but come on, you've been saying this for a while. Oh yeah, Shiki and the gang grouped up and are moving towards the core of the planet. I don't know how to feel about this, to be honest. It feels so weird and out of place, and by this I mean the transition itself from Ziggy's fight to what's happening with Shiki and the gang. Maybe because I feel the way they found a path that directly leads to the planet's core is extremely convenient. I don't know, don't ask me about it. Like, I feel like it's extremely convenient, and I feel like it's rushed for some reason. The transition felt so off for me. I don't know. Like, I seriously don't know what's happening. The only thing I know is Ziggy is getting his ass clapped, or so I thought. The fight was going in Elsie's favor, which felt weird, I'm not gonna lie. I sensed that there should be a twist coming up soon. Nonetheless, Elsie starts spamming Grand Chariot as she does. However, Ziggy manages to get out of its blast radius by using Wormhole, which is, by the way, a hacks of an ether gear. Like, Nero, you damn fool, you had this and lost? Shame on you, like, shame on you. Elsie anticipated that Ziggy would attack from behind though, which is wild, by the way. Not just from a power scaling aspect, she knew that he would attack from behind. Need I say more? Like, need I say more?
I'm gonna eat your ass. I ain't gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna eat your ass. I'm an ass eater anyway, so I might as well just eat your ass, boy.
Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, seriously, Ziggy knows how to roll, my boy. Like, Ziggy knows it. Elsie traps Ziggy in another weird ether contraption that we readers don't have any knowledge on how it works. After the time skip, I feel like I don't know which is ether technique and which is ether technology. Like, it's so confusing to distinguish between the two. And here, my boys and girls, is the third holy site of this chapter. God damn it, Elsie is so fucking fine.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Like, Elsie is so fine. Elsie re-equips to Lindard's Star Drain, and her outfit looks so sick, even though it feels like it's just her underwear, but I'm not complaining though. I believe that Elsie can be covered in literal sewage juice and still be sexy. Like, seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like, just imagine that. Don't imagine that. Forget I said that, actually. Like, what was I thinking? Elsie lands a hit on Ziggy with a new original attack called Total Eclipse. I want to believe that this is a fire-based attack, otherwise it would look exactly like Grand Chariot, and I don't know how to feel about this. That's why I said original, quotation marks. So I really hope this is a fire-based attack. Ziggy is seriously damaged by this. Elsie goes for the kill, and Elsie makes the same mistake she anticipated Shiki doing, not being able to deal the final blow. Ziggy takes advantage of this and penetrates her with his massive cock with her own sword. I know a lot of people will give Elsie shit for making the same mistake she did back in the We Were arc, but this fits her character, and I feel like it was handled so well here. It was foreshadowed and handled perfectly in my opinion, so I like this ending of the fight. Obviously, this means that I called this. I literally said that Elsie would either be first blood or draw first blood. I obviously don't want her to die. She's Elsie, for God's sake. I love her to death. Anyways, Ziggy proves once again that he's the coolest piece of shit to have ever existed in manga history. I love Ziggy so much. He's a literal piece of shit, and I love it. Another masterpiece of a chapter from Hiro Mashima. Well done, Hiro. I cannot wait for next week. Anyways, this has been the review, and I hope you guys like this format. And yeah, if you like the video, please do give me a like. Otherwise, a dislike. Subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping to have my regular schedule back in the next few days, so please do subscribe to the channel. Anyways, bye.